say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I should praise time to the genuine ones only. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. I actually hope your day is coming along well, and I say that respectfully to the genuine ones only. I hope that you continue to find peace within and better yourself, that you are worthy, regardless who gave up on you or overlooked you. Loving yourself is not a crime. Healing trauma and pain is not a race, and I say that respectfully. And it's not a walk in the park. It's a thought process for me. Loving yourself is not a crime. You wasn't doing it for likes and views because you chose yourself to better yourself, to understand your intuitions. Wow. You're being patient with your process. Something allow you to go within. You know your intuitions. The energy is different, self-reflecting, believing in yourself. Never dim your light because someone doesn't see your worth. The energy is different. Living in fear, that wasn't good. That was on a good God's time, and when it came to you treating yourself right. You know how it feels to be mentally unstable, and you wasn't trying to become a victim. Going along in your journey, praying for yourself, not against yourself. The energy is different, self-reflecting. Allowing your dreams to become your reality, finding you, choosing you. Recognize at the end of the day, you allowing yourself to smile. And the math is actually adding up at the end of the day while you truly shining. And you ain't got malicious intentions, but your neighbor will quick to sneak this you at the end of the day because you understand your faith, to recognize, wow, God truly showing you and your anointings. You overcame so many obstacles that was placed in front of you that was supposed to make you mentally unstable. What a view. Here was your reality. It was a nightmare, but your dreams came true. Becoming your best self vision of yourself. When your past don't live for the day, they will never understand why you chose you. It's a thought process to me. Choosing yourself to better yourself, choosing yourself to show up for yourself. Wow. Getting discouraged, now that wasn't part of God's timing. They try to humiliate you, disrespect you, throw spirit in a toxic way. They thought they was dimming your light, only realized they understood their own pain. To realize it wasn't an even exchange when it was being real. You know, because they had a mask on at the end of the day, bothering an innocent person that didn't have malicious intentions. Wow, that's crazy. You judge a book by its cover, neighbor. Only for you to realize you was mentally unstable. Someone showing up for themselves to love themselves. Someone showing up for themselves to allow themselves to see themselves, a reflection of themselves. You know, to realize at the end of the day, they believe in hope. They believe in hope. Somebody believes in hope. Regardless who gave up on that individual, guardian, stranger in the street, that unhealthy relationship, that was your reality, but you believed in hope. You believed in the fact that, wow, God was truly favoring you, and you ain't having malicious intentions. When you showed up for yourself, so much pain and trauma was endured within you. They would never understand your reality. You allow yourself to choose you because God was showing you the way when you least expected. Everybody wasn't supposed to sit at your table. The energy is different. Because you allow yourself to pray for yourself, not against yourself. Being your own worst enemy. That wasn't part of God's vision when it came to your reality. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. It's not a crime to have confidence within. It's not. Certain individuals not going to understand your walk of life, but never lose sight of day. And I say that respectfully because of their pain. You didn't show up that day with malicious intentions. You knew how to respect your neighbor, regardless of what your mental state was, good, bad, or misunderstanding at the end of the day. But you truly understood self-control. That everybody's walk of life is not the same. But you knew how to have self-control, to respect your neighbor with no malicious intentions, because God was truly showing you the way. Because you knew how to take accountability. God said there was better days ahead, allowing you to see. Certain folks ain't going to root you on. But when you're your biggest cheerleader, you can't go wrong. The energy is different. They don't understand how you have the confidence within you to show for yourself, to better yourself. They lied on your name. They disrespect you. They try to humiliate your character. They said that you wasn't worthy. You were nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. They said you're whack, you're corny, you are nobody. Yeah, that's what they said that day. And only to realize they made a mistake judging a book by its cover. Dang, neighbor, I hope you find peace in your own lane, neighbor. Nah, I say that respectfully, because that was your own pain when it came to your game. One-sided. Stereotyping, thinking everybody's the same. You poked the bear, didn't like the reaction. Antagonizing somebody at the end of the day, didn't get reaction. Dang, neighbor. Oh! Pick up your face! Nah, for real, it's reality. It's a thought process to me. You paid for spell work, only to realize you fell short when it came to that dollar. It didn't make sense. Now you're truly woke, wondering why it's not working on that person that you was projecting it on at the end of the day, only to realize it wasn't an even exchange. It went right back to sender, the person who sent it, and it was you, your pain. All because you were hate in disguise, and they continue to multiply at the end of the day. Protect your energy. Never allow someone's pain to dim your light. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Folks talking about they so real. I'm grown! No, for real. How could you kick somebody down at the end of the day that you don't even know? Regardless if you know them or not, at the end of the day. You're supposed to truly be woke and stay in your lane to elevate the end of the day. Never put yourself in competition with the innocent person who didn't have to play victim. It's more sad and disturbing to see how your own family will go against you at the end of the day because they truly hate us in disguise. And they get to you to multiply. Or because God allows you to see your anointings. Because God was truly favoring you. This type of stuff happens every single day, regardless of a stranger in the street, a guardian at the end of the day. Your folks are supposed to love you and protect you at the end of the day. Dang. They projected their drama and their issues at the end of the day because they couldn't even understand self-awareness when it came to getting in tune with themselves. But they try to dim your light to discourage you, and only to realize God showed up for you. That energy is different. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Always be your authentic self. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to love yourself. Never allow someone to allow you to feel like you need to live in fear or give up. Or it's a crime for you to think for yourself at the end of the day because they got malicious intentions and they don't want to see you elevate faster than them when you was never in a race. Dang, neighbor. Secret competition was truly your issue. Mentally unstable. I see you need a straight body jacket on your way to the doctor. Doctor! Now, respectfully, diagnosis, leave innocent people alone. It's a thought process. Me, stay in your lane. When someone ain't trying to project malicious intentions and have all this animosity towards you at the end of the day, when they ain't even trying to project pain. It's a thought process, me. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never allow someone to discourage you and make you feel like your dreams can't come true. Because they didn't know how to show up for themselves when they didn't have that mentally strong day at the end of the day to understand what they was actually going through. But you overlooked that at the end of the day to show up for you because you understood how to heal. And you wasn't allowing someone to make you feel lack of awareness within because they had malicious intentions and they didn't want to see you elevate. But God was showing you that you were truly in existence. The energy is different. My content is not for everybody, but it's not a crime to be yourself. And especially when you don't have malicious intentions, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. We are all not the same. And I say that respectfully. It's so sad and disturbing to see how your neighbor at the end of the day would sit there and try to play you close. And only to realize that, damn, I got a child I'm raising in this world. He is so crazy and dysfunctional at the end of the day. And only for them to self-reflect to realize what I'm doing at the end of the day was really wrong. It's really wrong. Why would I want somebody to do that to my baby? Now you truly woke to realize at the end of the day, it wasn't an even exchange. Having a conversation with yourself mentally unstable, actually, if you really want to get technical, you put the shoe to your book at the end of the day. If it fits, then wear it. Because this type of stuff happens every single day. How you sit there and stereotype because of someone's sexual orientation, their disability, their age, their culture, their religion. Something that you couldn't get in tune was knowing your worth at the end of the day to stay in your lane, neighbor. It really be the thought process to me. All because you don't want someone to elevate faster than you. When God put them in position to stay in their lane, to understand at the end of the day, they're able to catch their blessings right to left. And you wasn't supposed to sit at their table. It was an even exchange. Something that you couldn't get in tune with was knowing your worth, to understand your character traits at the end of the day. Projecting your trauma, your drama on an innocent person. Then you want to play victim. Thought that was real at the end of the day. Those number of mind games. It's a thought process to me. This type of stuff happens every single day. Is it healthy? No, it's not. Is it the norm? No, it's not. That's only the enemy talking. The enemy sits back and watch you, but then you. And I say this respectfully. Destroy your own character. Because you ain't even got proper self-awareness to understand self-control, to be mentally stable. That's how they really want you to be, a disaster. But God didn't create you to be that way, and I say that respectfully. My content ain't for everybody, and I say that respectfully. God created us to be kind and respect each other at the end of the day with no malicious intention, something that you couldn't understand, but you was quick to sneak this. And then when someone speaks up, they dead wrong. How you mean? What you mean? Hold on. What you talking about? It really be the thought process for me. Now you got so much to say at the end of the day to go against the innocent person. Talking about they not about that, like when it come to their hands. That's the problem with people today. You're such a bully. That's the first thing that you think about is violence. That's the type of stuff that happens to people these days. At the end of the day, they get psyched that they freedom bothering the wrong person. Then they want to play victim. Oh, it's too late. You put your own self on that stretcher. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. No, for real. I see you. Are they there? Are they okay? It's a thought process to me. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to who's rooting you on or not. Regardless who gave up on you at the end of the day. Regardless who said that you were nobody. Regardless who tried to shadow band you, disrespect you, have malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. I didn't put a name to at the end of the day. So if you feel like it's you, then you put a name to your own book. It's a thought process for me, jackass. And being yourself. It's not a crime. It's not a crime to choose you. It's not a crime to value you. When someone didn't know how to show up for you and all they had was excuses. They mistreated you, took your kindness to weakness, painted you out to be something that you're truly not, when you knew how to respect somebody when you couldn't even see. You wasn't doing it for likes and views at the end of the day because it was your reality, one-on-one. Self-reflecting and understand at the end of the day, I ain't got malicious intentions towards my neighbor. But dang. This type of stuff happens every single day when it comes to somebody's pain. How they got malicious intentions. They swear they know you up and down. They go to third-party conversations about you and don't know how. Why the math not adding up? I really don't understand this person. They actually a good person. Everything I'm hearing about them is nothing but negative energy at the end of the day, but only to realize, dang, misery loves company, and I saw why you stayed away. It's a thought process for me. I love to see everybody elevate around me, eat lovely. Yo, I always moved accordingly. But they disrespected me from my childhood up into my adulthood. But I understood my lane at the end of the day. Everybody wasn't supposed to be part of my journey. Respectfully. And if you're watching me at the end of the day, you know it's no disrespect, because I always moved accordingly. No, for real, it's the thought process, me, jackass. You forgot to mention that part, that I was really a good person. They always wanted to talk about things that's really made up, like a bad habit. It's a thought process to me. How you could treat folks right, and they can't wait to uppercut you. Psych you out your thought process when it come to your opinion, when it was truly one-sided, and you trying to figure out what happened that day. Where did we go wrong? Only to realize you was a hater this long. No, for real, you was a hater? I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. Regardless, at the end of the day, anybody's negative opinion. As long as you see you, and you choose you, to love you, and you comfortable with you, can't nobody dim your light at the end of the day. That's why they don't know how to fact that who's truly protecting you, allowing you to see how to treat yourself right. They don't understand. Because you know why? They gang stalk you. They throw spell work at you in a toxic way. They lie on your name. And then I understand all the pain that you overcame from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood. Yeah, it was your reality, one-on-one, being sexually assaulted, dealing with hate crime, discrimination, gang violence. At the end of the day, you put a name in your book when it comes to your mental health. That unhealthy relationship, you had folks that's supposed to be your guardian at the end of the day that was supposed to protect you, but they went against you to manipulate you at the end of the day. They wore a mask to gaslight innocent people to paint you out to be somebody you truly wasn't while they was in the background doing spoke in a toxic way. And they not understanding why you're not dysfunctional today. That stuff went from your childhood into your adulthood. You still standing strong. And you still know how to respect your neighbor. With no malicious intentions. You pray for your neighbor, not against your neighbor, regardless of your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your religion, your culture. You wasn't trying to hurt nobody. It's a thought process to me. Always be your authentic self. Regardless to who gave up on you. Who said that you wasn't going to get too far in life? Who said at the end of the day you stupid, slow, and retarded at the end of the day? You're mad and you're worthy. Your journey wasn't easy. It wasn't supposed to be a walk in the park either. But you stand before yourself today because God allowed you to see another day. You didn't allow yourself to get discouraged or psych yourself out your freedom. Allowing yourself to become your worst enemy. Continue to choose you. They misuse you. They abuse you. They lied on your name. They disrespect you. They put you in secret competition. But you continue to rise at the end of the day to elevate because you are worthy. And God was truly showing you way when it came to your plan. Never dim your light at the end of the day because someone doesn't see your vision. And that's okay. Everybody's not supposed to see your vision. Because when God places the right folks in your life at the end of the day, they ain't going to have malicious intentions. They going to respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding. They with no malicious intentions to hurt you. No. That's not how the good God is set up. That's only the enemy talking to go against you. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Someone who battled a battle of being sick, losing everything, mentally, physically, emotionally. Just losing everything right to left when you least expect it. Wondering, when am I going to finally be at peace with myself? Trauma on top of trauma. From a child point of view, just holding you back. It went into your adulthood. It was your existence. Didn't know where to turn. Who was going to show up for you to love you properly? Only for you to realize that, wow, you matter and you are worthy. You matter and you are worthy. Continue to be patient with your process. Regardless of who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. And I say that respectfully. Everybody's not the same when it comes to their walk of life, when it comes to pain and trauma that was endured within them from a child point of view going into their adulthood. But it's called respect, neighbor. Stay in your lane. And be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And that is okay. I truly preach the times of the genuine ones only. And I say that respectfully. Have a safe day. Have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy. It's not a race healing trauma and pain. It's not a walk in the park healing trauma and pain. But you are worthy of showing up for you. And you do matter, regardless who overlooked you. My content is not for everybody. Allowing yourself to smile. Recognizing you're not frowning today. It wasn't a walk in the park to actually recognize who you truly was at the end of the day. Because of the trauma and pain was holding you back. So when you got into the mirror to realize at the end of the day, you are truly worthy when they gave up on you that day. They made you feel like you was abandoned, only to realize that God was truly showing up for you when you least expected, and you was never alone. That energy is different. Trauma and pain. Allowing yourself to overcome. Things will never be the same when you recognize your smile today. It was an even exchange. Choosing yourself to better yourself. Choosing yourself to love yourself. Yeah, you are worthy. Allowing yourself to laugh out loud. Recognize at the end of the day, you're truly smiling. Enjoying yourself peace at the end of the day. Something that you couldn't see. But God shows you the way when you least expect it. Getting in tune with yourself. It wasn't a walk in the park or overnight process. Continue to blossom, butterfly. You are worthy. When God is truly guiding you the right way. You're praying for yourself, not against yourself. Living in fear now, that was a part of God's timing when it came to you. You allowing yourself to keep up with yourself when it comes to self-control. Recognize at the end of the day, you value your time and day, not to have excuses because someone didn't know how to show up for you. Because you chose you. My content is not for everybody. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And never get discouraged because someone lacks self-confidence in regards to the obstacles that was placed in front of you that was supposed to make you your worst enemy to yourself. You overcame those challenges and you had confidence within you. And they don't understand how you got so far in life. And you're so respectful and genuine with no malicious intentions. Forever be true to you. Never switch up at the end of the day because someone didn't know how to treat you right. Let alone they not using someone real without the pain. I said what I said, let alone mind games. It's a thought process to me. My content is not for everybody. Loving yourself is not a crime. I'm gonna say this again. My content is not for everyone. No, it's not. But I actually hope that you found peace within, neighbor. And I say that respectfully. I actually appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe weekend and protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Regardless to who gave up on you, when they gave up on you, how they gave up on you at the end of the day, you matter, you're worthy. And I truly hope that you mentally heal one day and you truly find peace within yourself to stay in your own lane and respect your neighbor as an even exchange when they ain't got malicious intentions to project pain on you at the end of the day. It's a thought process to me. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Being proud of yourself. The accomplishments that you allowed yourself to see. You allowed yourself to choose you. You allowed yourself to be grounded, mentally strong. Days when you couldn't even see, going in circles. You had folks doing you wrong. Folks didn't know how to love you, let alone respect you. They took your kindness or weakness and shortchange you to disrespect you, make you feel like you was the issue, because they wanted to manipulate you, have controlling issues at the end of the day when it came to you. Because when you said no that day that you couldn't help somebody, it wasn't an even exchange. They wasn't happy because they couldn't treat you wrong at the end of the day. To go over your head, you feel what I'm saying? Because they had controlling issues. They had a hand problem. Thinking that your moms and their pops at the end of the day to put their hands on you when it came to their pain. This type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. How you show up for yourself to love yourself correctly. And there's always a hate in disguise who's got controlling problems at the end of the day. And they feel like they could take your kindness or weakness to think that we all the same when it come to pain. And they just lost out on a good person that day that had to walk away. Because when someone is tired of being manipulated, disrespected, humiliated at the end of the day, and they ain't never had malicious intentions towards their neighbor, they knew how to respect somebody without the pain, let alone the games. It wasn't an even exchange. Especially when God steps in. It shows that innocent person their way to get in their lane. My content is not for everybody. It's not. You know, when you're patient with yourself and you're patient with innocent people at the end of the day, they feel like they can mentally abuse you, emotionally abuse you, disrespect you when they feel like it. And you don't even have to do nothing to nobody for them to feel like that. Regardless if it's a stranger in the street, your guardian, I'm content ain't for everybody. Or someone that's supposed to be your loved one, that's supposed to protect you. Or let alone that unhealthy relationship. It was your existence. How you open your arms at the end of the day for someone to sit at your table, only to realize that, dang, all they wanted to do was disrespect you and run game, psych you out your pockets at the end of the day, and laugh at your pain and disrespect you, to humiliate you at the end of the day, and they don't even know you. Because if they did, they would have stayed in their lane and actually realized at the end of the day, that's really a good person right there. What am I doing? Where am I going wrong? Only for it to be too late, for the real one to walk away. It's a thought process for me. Because you know, with time comes change and change comes growth. That same person at the end of the day, misery loves company, got them truly woke. Because God was protecting his child at the end of the day and her child at the end of the day with no malicious intentions. And they was truly supervisioning a situation behind closed doors. Like, wait, hold on. That's not what you're doing today. It's a thought process for me. Certain folks will never understand that you're truly protected out here. They had the last laugh, so they thought, only to realize that, wow, they really got in tune with their feelings, to realize at the end of the day, they shouldn't have did that day. The only person that was holding them down, the only person that was keeping it real, not to see them frown, but was meaning what they saying, say what they mean. I ain't trying to hurt you with pain, but I gotta be real with you because I ain't the same like everybody else. That energy is different. That's like a once in a lifetime type of vibe. When you get that person in your life, you better treat them right. You know, the one that will go back the wall for you and not have excuses, but show up for you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Dang, you was sick, neighbor, that day. And someone really walked for you. Didn't matter how far that walk was that day. Someone truly showed up for you. And you would never know at the end of the day, because you had too much malicious intentions only to see at the end of the day what a real friend looks like up close in person. What your daughter's supposed to look like up close in person. What your son is supposed to look like up close in person. Respect them. Love them. What happened to the one-sided conversations you was having? All because you had malicious intentions. And you wore a mask for so long. It's a thought process for me. Because this type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. It may not be your household, but it's somebody's household that's dealing with this type of pain. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. It's not. You could bring the best out of somebody in the most healthiest way, regardless of who it is at the end of the day, with no malicious intentions. And they would never recognize the end of the day, but they would quick to sneak diss you with malicious intentions, only to realize they self-reflecting and realize that, dang, I disrespected someone who actually had good intentions. What was I thinking? It's a thought process for me. Projecting my pain on an innocent person, only to realize I was truly playing victim. Gang stalking them, throwing spell work at them in a toxic way, only to realize I made myself dysfunctional that day. That energy is different. It's a thought process to me, neighbor. When someone even had malicious intentions towards you, the innocent person, and they didn't have to play victim. Be mindful and wise when you put someone in secret competition, regardless of who you are at the end of the day. You can save your apologies, and I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me. Always be your authentic self. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. It's not a crime to be yourself. It's not a crime to love yourself. And it's not a crime to love yourself and acknowledge yourself, regardless who didn't know how to love you or respect you. You know, everybody's walk of life is different when it comes to their challenges. And I say that respectfully. You know, healing trauma and pain, that's a challenge itself. Because recognize at the end of the day what's truly hurting you will be blindsided, especially when you're not truly woke. That energy is different. My content is not for everybody. But I truly hope, neighbor, that one day that you truly find peace within your own lane and you elevate and become your best self vision of yourself. But in the process, at the end of the day, be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover, and be careful who you playing with spell work with. And I say that respectfully. Because that return medicine, it actually works, you jackass. I said what I said. Nah, it's a thought process for me. Always be your authentic self. Regardless if someone calls you whack, you corny, you're nobody, you corny, you lame and all that, like, always be yourself. You know, when you're original at the end of the day, you're able to think for yourself. Of course, you're going to have somebody feel intimidated because of the fact that they can't be you. I said what I said, jackass. No, for real. They can't think for themselves. And because you have confidence within you to think for yourself, they wish they can do that too. But they would never compliment you on the fact that you helped them during their journey at the end of the day. But God shows up and works in mysterious ways. And God hears those private conversations at the end of the day. And God it's not just your imagination. And I say that respectfully. My confidence is not for everybody. It's not. God is not just your imagination. So be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover because you don't understand something. And I say that respectfully. You have an experience within an experience of a moment at the end of the day and actually realizing in the day that, wow, the Creator's right next to you when you least expect it. But when you got so much karma and you your own worst enemy, you ain't able to see it. So all you're doing is projecting negative energy on an innocent person that understands their vision, to recognize their faith. You can't practice what you preach at the end of the day. It ain't gonna make sense because you're not walking your steps. To mean what you say and say what you mean at the end of the day, it be the thought process for me. You can save your apology. Always be your authentic self. Regardless of your sexual orientation, I say this respectfully. Never allow someone to discourage you, and especially when you don't have malicious intentions, as to we all don't pray the same. We all do not worship the same. But it's called respect, neighbor, with no malicious intentions. It's a thought process to me. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. I gotta go. I need a nap. Now you're genuine love, respect. I took great time to the genuine ones only. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. It's the thought process to me. Be yourself, love yourself correctly. Well, they would never understand. They can't dim your light. Because if the good God shows up to show you at the end of the day, he treating you right, she treating you right. Never dim your light or get discouraged in recognizing your faith. Because you are worthy. My content is not for everybody. It's not. It is not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. It's okay to say I love myself. And actually mean it. When you're mentally ready to say it. When you mean what you say what you mean. I say it respectfully. It's no race when it comes to healing trauma and pain. So never allow someone to psych you out your thought process, your freedom, your pockets, or your eyesight, and allow you to feel like, hey, healing trauma and pain will be an overnight process. No, it won't. Because it would never be an even exchange. And especially if you dealt with childhood trauma, you put a name in your book, and all of this stuff went into your adulthood. You got a layers of mass on top of a mass on top of a mass of wounds that has not healed. And they overlapping. They're overlapping. You wore the mask for so long you can't see them. To adjust your pain at the end of the day because you feel like you're the same. Because nothing ever changed. You're choosing yourself to better yourself. Saying is the norm to be dysfunctional or mentally unstable at the end of the day. Then you out here disturbing the peace, bothering innocent people. Then you want someone to understand your point of view. At the end of the day, ain't nothing real about you. Let me stop.
Let me go. I gotta go. Leave innocent people alone.
Nah, your genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. Thank you for your time to the genuine ones only.
Have a good day.